My name is JoRoc. The mission. The mission is to get from home base here in Lowell, travel the globe, come back, come back home, sell out the Songa Center, round the corner. People want to see the live show. That's the mission. That's what it's all about. Being on stage, fulfilling, some people call it a dream, some people call it a fantasy, whatever. But that's the mission. I call it a mission, a dream, but it's not really a dream. It's a dream because you've been thinking about it for so long, and sometimes in the dark days, it feels like a dream that will never come true. But at the end of the day, it's a mission, and it's a mission that starting right now. It's funny. Today marks the 1 year anniversary of the passing of my mother, and last week marked the, I believe, 6 year anniversary of the passing of my older brother. And those were two people who actually believed in me. My brother, he was very quirky. He rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, but he believed in me. That dude believed in me at a very early age. We didn't have the means to move the process further back then, but he would catch me singing in the bathroom, in my bedroom, whatever, and instead of mocking me, he would give me a smile that I knew it was okay. And even a few times as I got older, as I became a teenager, he would say, how come you're not in a band? How come you're not doing this? How come you're not doing that? And my mother, she was my biggest fan, you know. So I don't have those two, but I will continue this for them. You know, people people can't deter me from my dreams because nobody really has that much power over me. And and speaking even in a broader term, nobody should have that much power over anybody, really. And whoever thought that some some friggin' community organizer from Chicago would ever become president? I'm sure there was a lot of naysayers. All right. So, and I'm not trying to be president. I'm just trying to sell out the Songas Arena. That's all. My my dreams are small, right? They're small. So naysayers, you know what naysayers are? They're people who have too much time on their hands. Because if you're busy trying to do something your damn self, you don't have time to be hating on somebody else, right? You don't. You don't. And that's why through my X amount of years, I've never had time for that. How do I feel about music in general? Okay. Music to me saved my life. I remember growing up in Malden, Massachusetts. There was not a lot of people like me. If it wasn't for my music that I would retreat to with my headphones, and just I would just like go into, I could never listen to music without whoever was singing that music. That was me. I would put my headphones on, and it doesn't matter. I listen to Kiss. I listen to David Bowie. I listen to Led Zeppelin. I listen to Kool and the Gang. I listen to Parliament. Everything I can get my hands on. I even stole some stuff. I stole stuff, stole albums just so I can have music. And I put my headphones on, and whoever was singing was me. I don't care. It could have been a female. It could have been Donna Summer, doing, Bad Girls. I turned that into a song that I could do. Every song that I listened to, it was me. And I would retreat. I was almost antisocial. I do my sports thing in school and just to have friends and what have you. But at the end of the day, I went back home. I didn't do any homework. I just put my headphones on, got into my music, all kinds of music. There was no okay, I can't listen to this. I can't listen to this band because of my skin color. I can't do this. I can't. What? What? I remember going to a Van Halen concert when I was 17. All right, and I'd actually won tickets. And I went to pick up my tickets at some place around the corner from the old Boston Garden. And this drunk dude, he saw me. He saw me. He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting my tickets to go see Van Halen." He goes, "Van Halen? You? Why are you going to see Van Halen?" And I'm like, you know what? I don't got time for this dude. This dude's ignorant. He's drunk. You know, music. What he doesn't know is that Van Halen, that their inspiration came back. There's some African in their inspiration. You know, so it doesn't matter. Music is music, and that's what got me to this point where I felt, you know what? This is what I need to do myself. This is so passionate to me. I want to do this. You know, I don't care, you know, what it is or what kind of form. And when my late brother took me to my first concert when I was 11, the old Boston Garden, the opening act was this band from Macon, Georgia called a Wet Willie Band. I remember the lights went down and the PA announcer says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hottest working band from Georgia, from Macon, Georgia, the Wet Willie Band." And I was like, my jaw just dropped. I remember the lead singer came out. He's playing a saxophone. The first song, dude didn't even sing. He just played the saxophone. I said, "Damn!" Then he threw the sax down and just grabbed the mic. And I said to myself, "That's what I want to do. I want to do that." So my musical journey with the music that I've been making to get me to this point, well, it has been a journey. It has been a journey. The fact that for the last 8 to 9, almost 10 years, I've been in cover bands. I've been in cover bands. Doing whatever. It didn't matter as long as I was in a band. And the reason I actually got into cover bands, I was working in a club. I was doing a part-time gig in a club as a bouncer. And there was this national act that came through this particular club. It was a country western act. I didn't care. You know, I made sure that my manager put me on, you know, where I could see the stage. So I was there. I was just chilling, watching the show. And the manager of this band, you know, he was doing sound check, what have you, and he, you know, we struck up a conversation, and I just made sure I told him that you know, hey, I'm a singer, I'm into this, blah 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 blah, and he asked me, he goes, so what are you doing? I said, actually, I'm not doing anything. He says, dude, you know what you need to do? You need to join a cover band. He goes, you need to, don't even think about your original music right now. You need to just join a cover band. Get to know what it feels like to be on stage. Get to know what it feels like to be on stage with other musicians, because that's a whole different animal. You know, singing in front of a mirror or singing in the shower is a little different than having 3, 4, 5 other live dudes on the stage with you and giving you eye contact that you messed up or they messed up, and it's such a dynamic. And that night, I left driving home like, damn, cover band. Didn't even think about that. So I put an ad on Craigslist. And like a day later, some dude called me. Said, "You want to come down and audition for our band?" I said, "Yeah." And he sent me an email with some songs to practice, and for 2 weeks straight. 2 weeks straight. Boom, boom, boom. I remember the songs. It was Let Her Cry, right, Hootie and the Blowfish, Pump It Up, Elvis Costello, those 2 songs. And he said to me, "Joe, is there any other song that you'd like to do that you like?" I said, "Yeah, I've always liked the song I'm 18 by Alice Cooper." So he says, "Okay, we'll work on that and we'll do that at your audition." So I went, boom, blew them away, got in the band, and started doing the cover thing. A few years later, that kind of broke up and got into another band that we were doing original music. Not my music, but it was original music.